All right, what's happening, everybody? And welcome to the Pops and Wiz Sportscast. We're your hosts. My name's Mr. Whiskers, and to my right is Papa K. How you doing tonight, Dad?
I'm doing great. I'm still here.
Oh yeah.
Thank God, with all this craziness.
Let's move this over. This is where we can.
Yeah, no, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Think about how many people, since last week have passed away from this craziness.
Yeah. No,
So.
this. It's still very much insane, but I think so far over the last 3 days, because of social distancing and everything, that we're seeing a more positive number.
Decrease in deaths.
Even
though it's still high in New York State, highest I think throughout the country, but hey,
yeah,
people weren't paying attention in the beginning,
Well, I guess I think a lot of people didn't realize how fast this was going to spread, and weren't prepared for that. And
took it for granted.
Yeah, and I think now where we're at, though, I think I'm thinking, and I heard this on the fan on my way into work today. Was, I forgot who said it, but they were like, let's just see how at the end of this month
Where we're at.
what the numbers look like, and seeing how it's doing, how it's going, if it's going the other way, how much so. So I think
well, they're claiming it's at its peak, we hope.
Yeah, let's just hope that this is
worse.
just the peak. But you had brought up a good point. You said you had been talking to Dan.
Yeah.
And he had mentioned on the phone that even when all is said and done, and we're finally clear of this virus, and we can start going back to sports events and concerts and stuff, that even the concern, people might still have that concern going, probably maybe still wearing masks and stuff like that.
I'm sure they will, but I don't think, my opinion, they're rushing right back.
I think so too, because the second that the okay is given to be around people again, and
the games start,
forget
it. And my reason for saying that is when the baseball or football, remember, with strikes,
yeah,
and everybody said, "Oh, they're going to boycott there." The minute it was over, stadiums were full.
Yeah.
40,000, 50,000, you name it.
I think the same will happen here. Yo, Hunter, what's happening, my man? How you doing, buddy? I actually hopped into your stream. I think it was Tuesday night. I caught the end of it, and but you were just heading out. Hopefully everything's going good on your neck of the woods, my man.
See if he agrees with us.
Cheers.
People going right back.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that, Hunter?
I think
I think once the stadium's open and we can have sports again,
they'll be right back,
and we can be around each other again, I think you're definitely going to see.
Yeah. You might have some people, ignore.
I think it won't, I don't think it'll be sold out. I don't think, it's going to be...
Yankee Stadium, open it, there'll be 46,000 there. I guarantee it.
You think so?
Guaranteed. New York fans, like myself, going out of my mind.
Yeah.
Yankee baseball, any baseball, Mets, Ranger hockey, if that ever comes about. I'm going crazy. There's only so much I can watch on TV, right?
I mean, yeah,
you're back to work, but me, I'm sitting home watching the ID channel. Really.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd rather be home live streaming video games and stuff, and hanging out and having a couple beers, every day. But the call was there. I had to go back to work.
Hey, you gotta go.
But
I haven't hit the Powerball yet.
Hey,
one day.
What? Maybe.
I'm telling you, I got that feeling. It's been 6 years since I retired. I got that feeling one day it's gonna come. I'm gonna go. Oh, probably drop dead or something.
Nah, don't say that.
No, I know that.
Don't say that.
Can you imagine? People have said that. When they hit, they're so shocked that they collapse. Oh. Not to me.
Not you.
I would run and call you up and say, "Get your ass home."
Watching my Auburn Tigers in the fall.
Let's see, college.
I wasn't paying attention. I mean, it's good. All I'm worried about is watching my Auburn Tigers in the fall. Oh, was that college?
College, yeah.
Yeah.
I got to get into that one day.
I think, yeah.
No,
I definitely.
No, I haven't followed college No offense, since Joe Namath was in Alabama in the 60s. You know,
Yeah.
Crimson Tide, I think they called them.
I've caught a couple because they have sometimes they have college football on in a lunchroom.
Yeah.
And I do, it is something we really should get more into college football because these are the players that you get better ideas of who could possibly be drafted, who could be NFL.
Yeah.
And I think we're really missing out on something that I mean, it's
my
football.
My nephews have followed it forever, and they say, "You know him?" No, I said, "No, I should," because this way I get an idea of who's coming up.
Yeah.
And let's face it, in college, a minimal amount of guys become professionals.
Yeah.
Most of them, I would say 50 to 60%, if not higher, go on to become whatever, doctors, lawyers.
Well, speaking of which, though, I think technically the draft is, 2 weeks away now?
23rd.
The 23rd.
Yeah.
Wonder how they're going to do that. You think they're going to live stream the draft?
Yeah, but they said it's going to be separate. I don't know how they explained it. It's not going to be that massive amount of people that it's normally, how they do it, televised.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't have more than like 10 people in a room these days.
No, 50 they say, but
they're saying 50.
Yeah, but I don't know how they're gonna do it, but it's gonna go on. It's not gonna be canceled. I heard from April 23rd to April 25th is gonna be the.
You'll be able to watch it live. Did they mention just for our friends and our viewers and everybody? Did they mention like what it's gonna be on? Are they gonna live stream it on Twitch, on YouTube? Like, did they mention anything in that regard?
As far as I know, it'll be televised.
It'll be televised.
Yeah, probably best scenario.
Oh, so it'll be on it'll probably be on basic cable and
ESPN usually.
Yeah.
That's the ones that normally do it. But I don't know if that's official yet. But
No, Hunter says he goes, man, I couldn't live without college football. Well, see, Hunter, I'll give you a quick story on how when my dad got me into sports. When I was early teens, I got more into like extreme sports, like BMXing, and then I landed on skateboarding. As you can see, I got my Rick and Morty skateboard there behind me, and my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle skateboard. But I got really big into watching X Games and stuff like that. And then I think around 17, 18.
Mm-hmm.
I know I had my car at the time.
Yeah.
And I picked Papa K up over here at a friend's house. He'd been hanging out with them, having a couple cold ones, and he's like, "Yeah, I need a lift." So I picked him up. Long story short, he goes, "Stop at the gas station." So we stop at the gas station. He fills my tank up. Generous man, this guy over here. And then he comes out, and he's got a handful of Double Bubble and an 18-pack of Budweiser. Now, he gets in the car. He goes, "Double Bubbles for you. Here you go." And so I'm hooking up in my little tray I had. We get to the house. I hear him loading the fridge up with beers. And he's like, "Turn on the Rangers in 60. I heard they won tonight. I want to watch that." So I was like, all right. I didn't even know what channel to look for because I didn't watch hockey. I didn't watch baseball.
No.
Didn't watch football. So he tells me the channel. I throw it on. Rangers in 60. He comes up with 2 beers in his hands. He's like, "You want a beer?" And in my head, I'm like thinking to myself, is he trying to figure out if I'm sneaking drinks right now? Because I wasn't 21 yet. So I was like, is this a trick? But
he thought I was stupid. I wasn't.
I had a feeling you kind of knew a little bit. I didn't hide it very well.
You got to remember, I went through the same thing.
But I remember watching that Ranger game with you, and not knowing a damn thing about hockey. Like out of nowhere, these 2 guys just start fighting, and the ref's just sitting there like watching them beat the shit out of each other. And I'm like, "Dad, are they allowed to do this? Nobody's even stopping anything." And he's like, "No, this is part of hockey." And now I'm sitting there 3-4 beers in, got a nice buzz going, "This is insane." And then after that, it turned into like just this avalanche of. After that, it was football and then baseball, and they're just having a couple of beers together, watching the games. And I actually I have it in the master bedroom right now.
Yeah.
I have a little box.
I remember that.
That first Budweiser we had together.
Yeah, the cap.
I saved the cap, so I still have that cap.
Yeah, well, I never did that. But we got to get, like I said, according to what he's saying, we got to get into college football. Maybe if in September, if it starts, on Saturday. I know college football's all over the place on Saturdays.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons the NFL doesn't do Saturday Night Football.
That's great though, because then you could have Saturday night football and then Saturday night college football and then Sunday.
Yeah, and get acquainted with the teams. Yeah, gotta because like I said, some of these players are great, but a lot of them, they get to the NFL and they say, "Oh my God, now everybody's good."
Yes,
everybody's good.
You're facing the best all around the country.
But in college, these guys, a lot of these guys, defensive guys, they don't make it.
Well, nowadays, like you said, like who even wants to play defense with all these rule changes?
Yeah, but they'll always be guys.
I mean, forget it. If you fart on the quarterback right now, it's 15 yards first down.
Yeah, it's getting a little better, but if you watch college,
you gotta like PB.
What?
Now Hunter says sports and beer go together like PB and J. Hell yeah, man. Cheers.
Yeah, that's the one thing I miss, Hunter. When I'm watching, Matthew will tell you, if I'm watching a Ranger game and he's with me, we gotta have a couple of beers. If we're watching a baseball game during the summer, God willing, it's gonna come back within now to say May 15th. I don't know if you know any news that it's.
Well, you
better,
know what? The fact that things haven't changed, like how far away,
Well, it was supposed to be April 15th.
It was supposed to be April 15th?
Initially. But when this got out of hand, when they canceled, preseason exhibition games and all that training, they said 50. Now it's 6 more weeks.
Well, I think the positive thing about this, though, is that the fact that they didn't say something as drastic as July or August. I try to look at things like a glass half full.
They're going by the month right now.
It's just
situation.
Yeah.
Now, by May 15th, God willing, this is, we might see baseball. If not, you might have to wait till June 15th. And who knows after that? They're going to miss, in my opinion, they're going to miss at least, I'll say, close to 60 games.
You think so?
Yeah. Now, if it starts May 15th, then they'll miss maybe 35 games.
35 games?
Yeah, because in April they don't play a lot.
Honestly,
because of the weather.
I always got super excited when baseball season started because I knew when opening day was coming up, preseason games were playing, you knew winter was over. And I'll tell you right now, winter in New York can be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and we've been lucky this winter.
No, this was a good winter.
Mild.
I think I only had to call out once due to snow.
Yeah.
And not even that,
And look at even now. Now this week it got a little chilly.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of rain, but like early in the week, right? I don't know where Hunter lives. I don't know if he's in New York.
Oh no, he's definitely from I think what'd you say, Hunter? You from
Down south?
I think Arkansas.
Oh my God.
Or Alabama?
Either one. Both get hot as hell.
Can't even get a haircut, man. It's tough out here. Dude, look at this.
Yeah.
My dad keeps calling me a hippie right now. He's
60s hippie like I was.
I don't mind it though, it's not so bad. And I saw, I saw your hair and everything on the last few seconds I caught of your stream, man.
That's Hunter Oldies. This way I get an idea of the age group.
He's around my age.
Oh, you know? Oh,
yeah.
You know. Okay. So.
Oh yeah, no, I follow him on Twitch.
Oh, so he's in his early 30s.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Hunter, I'm 75. No.
You wouldn't, yeah.
69.
Alabama. See, I got it right the second time.
Alabama. Joe Namath, 1964.
Yeah.
The Crimson Tide. I think that's what they called them.
But yeah, I can't. I see. Now here's the thing. I don't know. I'm kind of. I mean, it is now that I'm kind of looking at on the screen. It is kind of crazy in the back now.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
I don't even care though.
Yeah.
It don't bother me too much.
We're like our old friend Dana O'Leary. We put a ponytail.
I just have it like freaking. I'll do like the surfer boy look and just have it really come out. And some people have actually complimented me saying, actually with because it got to, so it was funny, my hair got to a weird length where it was like, it was weird. It was weird to look at. Like, you didn't quite know where I was going with it.
When you were younger.
No. Even now, just like my hair gets to a length, because like what happens is it grows long, and then I cut it really short.
Right.
And then there's that period in between long and short that it just looks weird. And now it's at that point where like people are like, oh, with your beard and everything, it kind of all
That's
looks good together.
Yeah, I love long hair. Always did.
Hate the Crimson Tide though.
He does. He's Auburn, you said.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, like I said, that was one of the first teams, because I was an NFL guy, but I loved Joe Namath, and I came watching the AFC at that time in the 60s because they were exciting. NFC football was boring. Run, punt, run. Joe Namath, Darryl LaMonica in my day, they just threw the ball all over the place. And I loved it.
It definitely changed. Those guys changed the game though because
without a doubt.
you gotta, now everybody's gunslingers.
Yeah, and they wind up, eventually after Green Bay won the first two, they wind up beating the NFC teams. Jets beat Baltimore 15-1.
Well, wasn't that the turning point for
right after that
for that division, right?
Yeah, that's when they merged.
That league. I'm sorry.
Yeah, after Joe Namath beat the Colts, and then what's his name, Len Dawson from Kansas City beat the Minnesota Vikings. That was it. They said they got to merge, and it was the best thing that ever happened to football.
No, it's definitely it's created a lot of fun rivalries, especially Jets Giants.
And right after Joe Namath won that, Monday Night Football came into effect, which I thought was going to be a joke. Now it's one of the biggest things on the planet.
Speaking of great rivalries,
yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
Oh my God.
So we had it was our friends. We had gone to what was that? That was 2011. We went to the
Christmas Eve.
We went to the Christmas Eve game, the Jets Giants game.
He played hooky. I went to work.
Yeah, I ain't going to work. I'm going to a Jets Giants game and getting hammered. You kidding me?
I was with you after that.
So we start taking these pictures, right? And as we're tailgating, and it's me. Half of us were Giants fans. And then the other half were Jets fans. So we're like, we're coming at each other like almost like a Mortal Kombat setup, like Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. I know you have no idea what I'm talking about, but some person comes up with a camera and was like, "This is awesome. You guys, all of you, line up. Giants on one side, Jets on another."
Little did you know.
I had no idea who this person was, whatever, and I was just like, "Yeah, man, let's go." And so he takes our picture. He leaves. The next day, I wake up. I'm hurting. I'm hurting. Yeah. To put it in a few words, I'm hurting bad. And my little sister kicks the door open. She goes, "You guys made the paper."
Daily News.
And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" She goes, "You guys made page 6 of the Daily News." And so if you look, I'll try to hold it up. If you look, you see that guy right there with the crazy hat on?
That was you.
That's me. That's me. That's the second time I made the paper. We won't talk about the first time, but
you didn't make the Daily News. You made the local news.
Yeah. But man, I was glad I was wearing that hat because I did play hooky that day, and I'm in the newspaper like at least it was covering my face for the most part. Only the people, obviously a few people that were there.
I went to work and I was on days, and I would tell Matthew the story. I ran home because the Giant game was still on. I had missed maybe 2 quarters, 3 quarters.
Yeah.
And then I saw the craziness, the Cruz. I think it was Cruz, right? Was that one? 99 yards?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Hunter says Bo Jackman, though.
Who?
Right?
Bo Jackson.
Oh, Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson.
Yeah. Baseball and football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was oh my God, he was a great player. That he could do that, play both sports, I think Deion Sanders did it too. And Hunter, I still have that hat though. We'll break that out. Yeah, obviously not now because it's way it's not cold enough now to be wearing that. I might put it on. Ask him where Bo Jackson came from. What college? I don't
have to. You're right there. Microphone.
What college did he come from? Now that's a long time ago, right? We got to figure. 30 years.
30 years?
Yeah, I would think almost.
Give or take.
I forgot where he came from. Again, I didn't follow college, but he was some running back.
We definitely should, though.
What a bull.
Get into some college football, a lot more to talk about.
Without a doubt. With all this craziness going on with coronavirus, and Saturday when football comes back, I'm going to start watching it.
Yeah.
And get an idea. I don't know what teams to watch, but...
Oh, you know what? And here was like...
Auburn?
That's, Auburn, right? I think really the thing is, and I even told my little sister when my little sister started getting into the NFL, she didn't know what team she wanted to root for, and naturally I wanted to sway her into being a Giants fan, but that's it's kind of not right. I don't know. It didn't sit well with me, so I kind of gave that and I'll tell you, same thing that'll go with us.
Yeah.
Is watch every team.
Let's see what you want.
And then
look at your brother,
when you watch every team though,
yeah,
the one if they lose and you're like whatever, I don't care.
Right.
If it doesn't phase you,
yeah,
then that's not your team.
Right.
But if you find a college team that they lose and you're like what,
son of a bitch,
then you know your team.
Right.
And that's what ended up happening with my little sister. Is she watched a bunch of teams and then she came to the Giants and they lost and it messed her whole week up and she goes that was good.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm a Giants fan, and I was like, yes.
Yeah. She came, now I don't know. She, I think she's backed off a little bit on football because
a little
of
bit
work schedule.
With the work schedule, but Hunter was saying he'd like us to do some college football reaction videos when we start getting into it.
Oh, without a doubt.
You know.
Now, what college teams are in New York? Well, not that have to be in New York. They usually show all the big teams.
Yeah.
On like in my day, Oklahoma, Alabama, Auburn, Michigan State, UCLA.
Yeah. I know Florida. Florida had quite a few college teams.
Oh, they got at least 3 or 4.
Yeah. I know because I've seen a lot of Gators.
Yeah,
Gators.
Yep. So they got quite a few teams. And like I said, they always show the teams that are basically, to make national television.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens.
Oh, we'll have to check that out. Eventually, what we do want to invest in the future is I had a video camera. I lost the charger for it. I could probably actually just go on Line, maybe eBay or something.
Yeah.
And if I put the model in, I could just get a new charger. And then
Hunter, would you race back to the stadium if you could? With all this craziness going on? And they said it's okay to go back?
Well, once they say it's not while it's going on.
No, would you go back when they say it's okay?
When they say it's
go
okay?
Back? Yeah. I want to get his opinion. Me, I can't afford to go to stadiums anymore, but if I could, I'd go.
Oh, yeah.
I'd go to a Ranger game like this.
Oh, yeah.
If Danny O'Leary said to me, let's go to a Ranger game, we're going.
Yeah.
No problem. I don't care if it's, $14 a beer.
Yeah, no, at that point you just pregame in the parking lot for a little
That's
bit.
what we always did.
Yeah.
We ate hot dogs.
You get like a dirty water dog, right? Some sauerkraut.
3. They were $2.
Yeah.
Inside they were like
some
8.
some spicy brown mustard, right?
Oh, my God, a pretzel.
Oh man. Oh man.
And we'd always take a cooler with us and have 2 beers on the way in and 1 on the way back.
Yeah.
Because those 6 beers cost me as much as the 1 beer would cost at the Garden. And I'm not complaining to the Madison Square Garden. They have to pay for the players. That's why they charge what they do. I'm sure they, when you're paying millions of dollars to guys like what?
Hunter said absolutely.
Yeah, he would go right back.
I think we're going to see a second wave in the fall, though. A second wave of the coronavirus. I don't know. I honestly think this is my opinion only. I have no facts to back this up. It's just an opinion, but I think this is just a one-time deal.
Yeah,
This is a one-time pandemic, and I think even if it does come back by the fall, I think by then, I mean, there's a ton of cases right now.
Yeah.
To do to get research on, and to perfect a vaccine. So if what I'm saying is completely my opinion is off, and it does come back in the fall, I'm hoping by then, I'm optimistic about this, that we'll see.
I think
a vaccine
the rumors
already.
because
they're saying this.
I won't say by the fall. Rumors are a year.
A year?
That's what.
But I heard that this right now is, I think they will create a vaccine. I don't think will survive the summer, because I heard.
I think the summer heat is going to kill this.
That's what I think, and I've heard I have heard that more than once.
Yeah, and not by we're not hearsay. We've heard
it's not that I was talking
my
to
daughter
at the gas station.
Is a nurse, and she follows on this. You wouldn't believe. Now, if it's official, no, we don't know. But let's say it starts hitting 95 degrees during the summer, and all of a sudden, where'd it go? It's gone.
if it disappears, it can't survive.
Yeah.
I don't see it coming back. And if everything that was said was true on how this all originated with undercooked bat meat or whatever, I don't know the full facts on that, but it's just what I've heard. If that's the truth right
Who
there,
the hell would eat bat meat?
I mean, listen, every culture has their own things that they enjoy.
I love Dracula, but I wouldn't eat Dracula.
I mean, I might try.
Yeah, not me.
I don't know. If I was drunk enough.
No, never.
What 5-star chef made this?
No, those guys fly around in the summertime. I see them flying around, and at night,
Yeah.
the bats flying all over the backyard. I'm like, yeah, they're harmless. I'm gonna go over there. You for
No,
dinner?
but you know what though? Honestly, every culture has a different, and then that's where we get this wide range of different meals, and it's kind of fun to try.
I'm trying to mix rice. That's what they're known for. What are you worried about bats for?
Listen, we can't. That's their culture right there.
I know.
You know?
I don't want to criticize them. But listen.
I think it's just a flu season type thing. I agree with you, Hunter.
Yeah?
100%, man.
Well,
I think
this
so too.
Flu didn't kill this many people.
I know, but I think right now and once again, and Bill Gates, I had caught a 5-minute clip because now you can go you go on YouTube and they have a lot like it's got its own bar of just like different topics relating to COVID-19, aka coronavirus. And Bill Gates predicted something like this in 2015. Yeah, I was saying this last week.
5 years ago, right?
And
You think this was intentional or just...
No. I fully believe,
No?
full-heartedly believe this was a fluke accident. And it was just something that even Bill Gates had mentioned, that if we invested more money in medical research and things like that to prevent further possible pandemics, we would have had a better shot with this than we do now.
Don't you think that other people that... Let's say people that want to hurt other countries say, hey, we don't need bombs.
Yeah, but
we can just create one of these things.
Here's the thing, though. I know where you're going with that, but here's the thing, Dad. And if you were thinking that way, you wouldn't be affecting the entire globe, including your own country.
Sure.
Because that just doesn't make any sense.
No.
If you're thinking that, if that was the whole mindset,
I'm going to kill my own people to,
you're like, okay, how can I affect over here?
It's a conspiracy theory.
It's just a theory, and honestly, I think that
I'm sure a lot of people have
told
me that. They think this was intentional. I don't think so. It was just like certain diseases or whatever comes around. Like Melissa said.
Think about it, like polio,
measles.
The measles
kill people.
The mumps,
vaccine.
Right?
Yeah. Polio. People are crippled.
Yeah.
People die from pneumonia.
Yeah.
And still do. But way back, they didn't have the antibiotics that they have now.
Yeah, we have much more research and more medicine.
And getting better and better. That's why the lifespan is getting so higher.
Yeah.
Hopefully, in my case.
But I think we're going to be doing this show for another 10, 15, 20 years.
I like your style.
I mean, Dad, we got to...
I'm going to be sitting here in a wheelchair.
It'll be easier to move you around. Be like, I got to go to the bathroom and just kick you out of the way.
Don't piss on my floor. Anyway.
But,
I just can't wait for sports, Hunter.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I cannot wait. I am going out of my mind.
I'm telling you.
Every night, I'm looking, I see, the Yankees were supposed to be on. The Mets were. Or a national TV game was supposed to be on Sunday night. ESPN. Monday night. Nothing.
Here's a good question for you.
Go.
So Pops, what are you more excited for if everything starts back up the way it should?
Yeah.
If everything comes back and they're like, you're going to get hockey back, you're going to get baseball back. Are you watching the Rangers still going for that playoff climb?
Right.
So no baseball.
I'll watch baseball.
No, I'm saying, but which one are you going first to?
Rangers,
okay.
Because I left off with the Rangers at 79 points. No, what they're going to do...
No, they were on a hot streak.
They were. They were a little cold at the end. They lost...
They were playing like 500 hockey, really.
Yeah, but they had won 9 straight road games.
Yeah.
And I love hockey. And me, hockey, and I love baseball, and I love football. But hockey game, back and forth, fast,
Yeah.
No offense to baseball, I love it. I love it to death. But it's kind of dull to watch 9 innings.
Yeah, it's well, they just. I know what they're doing here and there with the rules, like trying to speed up, the mound visits, getting away from that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I've always been such a fan of pitching duels.
Yeah.
Because if nobody's hitting the ball, that game's going quick. And you're kind of
2 hours and 20 minutes. Like DeGrom pitches when he's
yeah.
on the money.
Yeah.
And he's like, nobody's hitting him. He'll go 8 innings and game's like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Normally a game is at least 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the mound visit thing, but I think there's still more they could do. Stop with the 3 minutes, on the reviews, when they challenge.
Should be able to shut that
Should
down.
be 30 seconds, like initially.
At best, I give you 60. I'll give you a full minute.
Not even. It should be 30 seconds.
Nah, I'll give you a full minute. You can watch it a couple times. If you can't figure out with the technology we have, whether whether he's out at first
and
or not.
the people that are making the call have better cameras than, that are on the field. Please.
Mm-hmm.
If we can see it by eyesight that it's out or safe,
Yeah.
it shouldn't take 3 minutes.
I can see it through the cameras that are going back and forth on wires and stuff.
And you see fans in the audience, right? When they see it on the scoreboard,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, oh, they know what.
Even a guy with binoculars already knows before,
Right,
and the ump's sitting there.
I get it. But again, and I love football, love it, because it's
Like,
play, but, sometimes, running play. Me, I love the passing game, which it is right now.
I don't know, being as a Giants fan, watching Barkley get the ball,
I love that too.
that's exciting.
Yeah, and he can catch too, by the way.
I know, he's all around. He's a utility player.
That's why I say, not to change the subject, if the Giants could get an offensive line where they can protect Daniel Jones and make holes for this guy, you might see a different team. I'll give him another 2-3 years.
Yeah, if they can just...
I don't want him wasted. You know what I mean?
Without a doubt.
What is he, about 24
Without a
now?
doubt. And that's how I felt like with Tiki Barber. Tiki Barber was... He never got a ring.
No. Just 1 year before.
Yeah, and then he left, but then he
2006.
talked shit about the Giants.
He did.
And then they won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
So,
he was fantastic.
But I love Barber, man. I mean,
fantastic, brother.
he had incredible talent.
And his problem was
But that's just like you said, just going back to I wouldn't say a wasted career, but just what the goal is in your career is you want to hold up that trophy.
Don Mattingly left in '95, right? When they lost to Seattle. They went 4 out of 5 World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure. The whole career, one of the greatest hitters I ever saw. Not the greatest, but one of the greatest Yankee hitters I ever saw.
Yeah.
And greatest, one of the best defensemen, other than maybe Keith Hernandez. I still think he was the best first baseman I ever saw.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, he was phenomenal. And not he was on St. Louis, obviously a Met and then a Met announcer now. He's great. He was great. That guy knew exactly how to play almost everybody.
Yeah.
He would cheat on taking his foot off the bag, on a close play, and most of the time would call the guy out before the replay thing started.
Mm.
He goes, I knew exactly, went to, that 1 second, that is.
Yeah.
And he did it perfectly. And by the way, he just knew the game, man. He was great. He was left-handed, great hitter, by the way. I don't know if he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I doubt it, but he was a clutch player. All right, where are we going now?
All right. Well, I did jot down a few things. Because we like to try to keep everybody updated on what's going on and just
Okay, go ahead.
But so this morning on my ride in, and it was on the fan. And I know there was a lot. There was some talks about with Brady going to the Tampa Bay Bucks,
yeah.
right? The relationship between Brady and Belichick, and whether it was how was it? Was it good? Was it what was going on there? And Brady was on the fan earlier today. Now I forgot what show he was on, but they had the recordings and everything. And it didn't, to me, it didn't strike me like it was a negative reaction, oh man, I'm a Patriot, Like, he went to the Bucs and he said, because I understand from Bill's point of view, is like, I'm an older quarterback now, and you're looking towards the future. Your mindset is to succeed.
They got along though, right?
Yeah.
No.
That's what I got from
20 years.
That's what I got from this. Was that it wasn't this like toxic kind of thing. Maybe toxic is too strong of a word, but it wasn't. There was no bad blood.
No, it was time to move on.
You know, and he's going to go down to the Bucs, which I was, like I said, to this day, I'm still surprised about that he went to the Bucs, because I thought that he would have chosen a different team, maybe somebody on the West Coast. I don't know.
No, he knew that Tampa Bay, who have that quarterback that throws so many picks, and they have weapons, but they don't have Bill Belichick as their coach, as their mastermind of how to change defenses, how to change the first half. If you're sucking, all of a sudden, second half, what happened? All of a sudden, I'll give you an example. I had to be repetitious. The Super Bowl against Atlanta, they're down 28-3. He changes the whole scheme of play in the second half, and they win.
I know.
28-3 should have been Atlanta's game, right?
But you know what? At that point, here's like it should have. Yes,
should have been their game.
It should have. I believe that they should have won that game. But the problem is that they didn't adjust in the second half.
No.
Where the Pats did.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't follow suit. I blame their coach a little bit.
I think once the score. Well, I think at that point, once it's within a 2-score range, you should have been calling a timeout going, we need to change up our game plan. Because if you're going into the Super Bowl against the Pats and you don't have a plan A, B, and C,
goodbye.
You're gonna struggle. You're probably gonna lose.
Yeah. Against Philly, with what's his name? Who's the quarterback for Philly to replace him? Knowles.
Foles.
Yeah, Nick Foles. Yeah.
Nick Foles.
Yeah, he just shocked the hell out of everybody. He reminded me of Hostel in '91. Nobody thought, after Phil Simms got hurt, Giants are going to win the Super Bowl. Boom. Yeah. This guy comes in and wins every playoff game.
Yeah.
And wins the Super Bowl and beats the Pats. And beats them pretty good. I think they scored 41 points in that game. I think it was 41-33.
Wow.
Anyway. But again, get back to Brady. I don't know what he's going to do with this team.
Hey,
They got weapons. Believe me, they got weapons. But,
I think, what? Maybe what it is that it was a deal okay, this is a theory of mine. Obviously, not a lot in the sports world right now is being talked about. A lot of people are keeping everything hush-hush. And here's a theory of mine. Little Mr. Whiskers theory to throw at you.
I'm listening.
Is the Bucs gave him an offer he couldn't refuse. Right?
Do we know what that offer is yet? To this date?
I don't think so. I don't think it was mentioned. But the money was there for the time that he was going to be there, and I think it was just a net for the Bucs to kind of try to find a long-term quarterback. Because the Bucs aren't thinking, oh, Brady's our long-term guy right now.
43.
No, they're not thinking that. If
they sign him for 2 years, I'll be shocked.
They're thinking, how can we get somebody just to kind of, give us more time to think about future quarterback possibilities.
What do you do with Jameis Winston? Evidently, he's going to be sitting down, right? And he's been there for, I guess, close to 3-4 years, maybe even longer.
Well, how old is Winston now?
Can't be that old. He was I think he was a Heisman Trophy
Because think about it. If you're sitting there, even if you're sitting there alongside Brady, you're gonna gain some knowledge from this guy.
Either that, or you're gonna want to get the hell out of Tampa Bay to play somewhere else.
No, I don't.
He's been a starter for 4 years.
I don't know. I don't. Maybe.
You want to sit behind Brady and lose another 2 years?
Honestly, that's if he even goes another 2 years.
Well, Brady's got. They signed him. He's starting.
He's starting.
Yeah.
But once again,
Brady's not sitting on a bench.
How long is he going to be there?
At best, I'll say 2
At this point, you don't know that, though, whether he's going to sit on the bench
or not. They might even do 1 year
because
at a time.
it could be like an Eli Manning situation.
Yeah.
Where they have him start a couple games. If he sucks, then they put in the other guy.
Yeah. But again, I wouldn't want to be Jameis Winston. I would, Brady's here. Send me somewhere else. I want to get out of here. There's plenty of teams that he could probably start with that are not really all that good right now, you know.
I look at it this way, though. Even with what Brady's doing, no offense to any of our Packer friends out there, but at least it's not a Brett Favre where it's, I'm retired, I'm not retired, I'm retired, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Am I going to play? I'm going to play. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
he
think I'm
could
going to
make
leave.
up his mind. Yeah.
You know, at least Brady at this point has, and no offense to Brett Favre, he
It's great.
accomplished incredible things in his career.
Great.
It's just towards the end, it was like, you know, and they made those great commercials with him, like you know, in the TV, you know, just it's like, you gonna buy it? And then like you could see the lights are shutting down, they're closing the store, and
He's
he's
right
like,
up there with the top three. You know, that just beat him.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's his name from New Orleans, Drew Brees.
Drew Brees,
And Peyton Manning.
yeah.
You know, he had all the records. Now, I think he only won one Super Bowl, if I remember correctly. I think he beat New England.
But yeah, no, I was just kind of making a little Brett Favre joke there, and in the same sense though, it's like at least Brady in that regard is like, listen, I'm playing to this point, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
And you know,
Brett Favre played to almost at least 40.
yeah,
Yeah. And the only problem I always have with Brett Favre, that he thought he was a gunslinger. And he was. But he, of course, you know, gave us the Super Bowl, 2007. He decided to throw, you know, and we intercepted him.
yeah.
You know, and I saw him lose a lot of games. Then he went to the Jets, I think, and he was really good for a while, and then they fell apart.
I think they went one. They went. Did they go 9-7?
Who's that?
The Jets with Brett Favre.
Yeah, I think they were 8-3 though at one point, and then they just kept losing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so it was, you know, just to finish up that subject there,
Yeah.
was that it was to kind of clear the air on the bad blood, if there was bad blood between
I don't
Bill
think so.
and
I don't think so.
and Tom. Just
that would have came out years ago, man.
just looking at listening to the interview today, like just hearing it in Brady's voice, it didn't sound like there was any. He was just like, listen, I get it. He goes, if I was ever in the same position as him, I would do the same thing.
And he's the GM too.
Yeah.
You think about it, man. 17, first place.
Yeah.
9 Super Bowl appearances, and 6 times they won.
Yeah.
You know, if it wasn't for the Giants, they would have won 8.
I know.
You know, they lost 2 times to the Giants in 7 and 11. So you know, God only knows. But I wish him luck. I
No,
you
I
know,
do.
everybody tells me, "Oh, you hate Brady." No, I don't.
No.
I am. I would just say in awe by the guy. What he did. The guy was great. No
And he's-
matter who was around him, he made them look better.
Yeah.
Edelman, you know whoever the receivers were.
No, he read the field. He was one that could
Yeah,
read the
yeah.
field, and I put him right there. Peyton Manning was another guy that could read the field,
Read the defenses.
and that was the guy. Those were the kind of guys that you would trust.
Coaches.
Make an audible.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, I trust what you know
Yeah.
to make audibles.
You remember the Patriots defense? It was Belichick. I'm sure he made most of the calls, but he had the offensive coordinator. I think he's still there, and the defensive coordinator who went to Detroit. So you know these guys were there forever, and no matter who came to the Patriots, you know he sucked there. Boom, Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, Revis, ex-Jet,
Yeah.
goes there 1 year, wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Next year he's gone.
Yeah.
They don't want him anymore. They figured, you know, his time was over.
He went back to the Jets, though, right?
I think for 1 or 2 years, which is a mistake. But
I thought so, because to me, you're just...
Yeah. No.
I thought the Jets fans, and I remember talking to Brian about that.
Why would you even take the guy back? He just went to your
He
rivalry.
just slapped you in the face,
Yeah,
won a Super Bowl, and said,
and
all
he
right.
took it out. And he was done by that time anyway.
And he was incredible. Another very talented defensive player.
One of the best.
One of the best I've seen. I thought it was weak.
I think the best guy I ever saw, probably, I don't know, quote on me on this, but Deion Sanders was one of the best I ever saw.
You know?
There,
But, hey,
there was great.
you get your brain,
defense. Yeah.
whatever. What are you going to do? But, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll
See
be
you in a minute.
right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, we are back. What is happening? This going again. Here we go. All right, so
We are talking about.
we are talking about. Well, I had put down. So we were on the subject of football,
Okay.
and I had seen a tweet before that Ben McAdoo wanted Pat Mahomes in the 2017 draft for the Giants, but the front office said no. How do you feel about that now?
Can I say assholes?
I'll tell you, as much as I love my New York Giants, man, sometimes this organization just it frustrates me.
And they fired him right away.
Well, yeah, like 2 years, right?
Yeah, at best. Yeah, and they're gonna fire the other guy.
Yeah.
We turn around. You know, the guy from Minnesota. I don't even know his name. I'm a Giant fan. I don't even know the coach's name. That's how bad he is.
Who, right? Oh, and wait, what?
The Giant coach right now. The guy who got from Minnesota.
You don't know if he's bad or not. His name's Joe Judge.
Oh yeah, the new guy. That's right. They fired the other guy too. I forgot.
Yeah.
They fired the guy from Minnesota. Yeah, Joe Judge. Yeah.
So we got
And
Joe Judge now. We're
another
gonna
guy.
have to see what he very
I hope he's like a young Bill Belichick.
well. He's very very well spoken.
I know, but that means nothing. You know that. How could you not? Oh my God, Pat Mahomes. You know how much money this guy's gonna make? And he'll probably win another Super Bowl, if not more. He's that good. Remember when I bet you, right?
I lost
bet.
that bet.
No, I said I bet on him, not Kansas City. I bet on him. I said he's gonna beat Garoppolo. I said
We'll
he's
see.
that good, and by the way, it took 3 quarters and change. But the game is 60 minutes.
Yeah.
He's and the guy's he had a little injury this past year. He missed a couple of games, but the guy's freaking durable, and he can throw on the run. I mean, the guy throws strikes. It's scary because when you think you have him, and we passed on him, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, that's what I saw. I saw it was tweeted out. I don't think it was tweeted out today. I was just kind of.
I wonder what the whole story was there.
I was on my 15-minute break, and I was just scrolling through Twitter really
By the
quick,
way,
just to see what's new and what's going on.
Andy Reid is there.
I thought that was interesting.
And he didn't start him right away.
No.
And all of a sudden,
Bam.
he's in, and
You're gonna watch. That's gonna be
history.
years down the road. That's gonna be another quarterback. We're talking about Brady now, and how we brought up Brett Favre. This is another one I think is gonna break records.
Yeah. And compared to Brady and how he got into the game, right?
Yeah.
He was sitting on the bench. Drew Bledsoe was the quarterback. I think he got hurt. Who comes in? Brady.
Yeah.
Never see him again.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who the quarterback was for Kansas City at that time. And it might have been Alex Smith or something like that.
I think so. I think you're right there. But so I thought that was interesting.
Uh-huh.
And so I had managed to grab a screenshot because so now we got this some talk going on right now.
About?
Where is it? Here it is. My apologies. G-Men are one of several teams interested in. I don't even know how to pronounce this name though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at me. I can't see. I don't have my glasses. What player? Like what? Defense? Offense?
Hold on a second. I'm trying to think of how to pronounce his name.
Has he been around or is he new?
And no. So it's there'd be a deal with the G-Men with Jacksonville for this Gaku.
Who?
I'm probably butchering his name right now. I do
spell.
apologize. It's Ngakoue.
Gakoue?
Maybe. So I do apologize for butchering the name, but so
What
as
position does it say?
Michael Stewart tweeted out. Well, I'm just reading out what he had tweeted out. Is that the rumored deal would be G-Men giving up number 4 pick to Jacksonville for him, the 9th and 3rd. And what do you think, Giants fans? Should the G-Men make this move?
What position?
Deal.
What does he play?
All right, let me look that up.
Hopefully, it's offense or defensive. Line.
Position. Oops.
Honestly, no offense, I never heard of the guy.
Well, no, yeah, he'd be drafted. That's why you don't know him.
Oh, he hasn't even played yet in the NFL.
Yeah.
Oh, they want to switch drafts.
Yeah.
Take him and give up something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just trying to figure out how to.
Hopefully he's a defensive end. Because we could use a pass rusher.
Yeah, it's a defensive end. Yannick?
Take him.
Oh, how do you pronounce his name? Here we go. Oh, that's a YouTube clip. Well, I'll definitely have to look at that because...
Well, defensive end is that... Remember I kept telling you? That's what you want.
Yeah, I
would prefer 2 guys on each side. But that never happens too much since the 2007, you and your...
I've been saying that we got to strengthen our defense and, I
think...
Pass
rusher.
Yeah.
You got to have a pass rusher. You got to have a guy. The last guy we had was Pierre-Paul, till he had that stupid accident. You have to have a guy that can rush the quarterback and make him miserable where he can throw the ball when he doesn't want to.
Without a doubt, because that's how you create, mistakes.
Interception. That's when your backfield looks better.
Yeah.
Your safeties, Because, now he's throwing on a run or whatever. He's being tackled.
No.
Look how many interceptions the Giants had when their defense was great in 7 and 11.
Yeah.
They were great. Those guys picked off everybody. Now,
you don't really have that pass rush. Quarterback's getting a lot of time. I get it. Hopefully, with the we'll see what happens though. Is how do we feel about a defensive end draft? I say yeah.
I'll take him.
I have
no idea who he is, but if they want him, it's got to be.
If they're looking at him and you're willing to give up
something
a
else,
4th pick,
yeah, not bad.
Then that means this man's got talent.
He's got something that they see.
To give up a 4th pick.
Scouts
in order to try. Rumor.
Yeah.
Once again, all rumors.
Hopefully the scouts are seeing something. That,
but would we? I would be 100%. The question is, would you be cool with that? I'd be okay.
Again, I never heard of the guy.
I'd like to. I'll have to do more. I will do more research on this.
Yeah.
And just to see, maybe I could pull up some clips on YouTube.
Yeah,
or whatever, and just see.
College.
Yeah, and just kind of see.
That's why again, back to college. We gotta
pay attention to college. Hunter was 100% correct.
Didn't the Giants re-sign the guy they got from the Jets in the offseason and during the season, Leonard Williams, and he's a defensive. He's supposed to be one of the top picks for the Jets. They let him go, but maybe he comes here, and who knows? He's only been in the league a couple of years. Supposedly, if you get better surroundings, middle linebacker, the guy that can stop the run after he gets past the line. Mm-hmm. Not a 10-yard gain, maybe a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, two or 3 yard gain.
Get him fast. I haven't seen that in a long time. Once they get by the line, you notice, right? This guy's off.
Yeah.
50, 20, always a first down. In my day, the Carl Banks of the world, those guys, they stopped those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those guys aren't around anymore, unfortunately.
Well, you have guys like even with the Giants, you had Pierce.
Pierce,
he was in.
In my day, when the Giants won 7, Kavika Mitchell, nobody probably remembers his name.
Yeah.
He was damn good up in the middle. But you still, like I said, in those days, the Giants had Umanura. Never heard of him in that.
Yeah. JPP
later.
He's Pierre-Paul.
But Kiwanuka, Strahan on his tail end, still great that year,
Oh,
you had guys rushing.
Strahan was probably, to this day, one of my favorite defensive players on the New York
Think
Times.
about when Brady was looking at this guy. Who, he didn't know where they're coming from.
No.
Because that's why I said 2 defensive ends that are damn good.
You don't know where you get hit from.
Yeah. From each end.
And even Strahan had moves that, he would get past you. It didn't matter. I've seen him get past guys, even getting face masked,
Oh, yeah.
and it wouldn't stop him.
Because he was so determined, And in my day, Lawrence Taylor, same way, he would turn and twist.
Yeah.
Get
away from
the guy,
you
to get to the quarterback. Yeah. That was the that's you don't see those guys too often. It's phenomenal players.
It's that kind of caliber of talent, and that's why these players are
you got to get them
potential
on your
Hall
team.
of Famers.
Yeah, but you got to get them on your team. If the Giants want to get any respectability back, you have to start getting back, in winning ways. Because you've been losing now for what? Other than 1 year.
Yeah, but even then, now it's
11-5.
like you got to the playoffs, right? You lost to Green Bay.
Yeah. That was it, though.
That was
So,
it.
8
that was
years.
that one game in 8 years. That one season in eight 1 out of 8 seasons right there that we had a possibility.
Yeah. And I went through more hell. I'll tell whoever's watching. There were seasons, after Wyatt Tittle, we didn't win for like 20 years.
20
years.
What I mean. It's like being a Giants fan.
It's tough.
Is like riding a roller coaster.
Yeah.
You have your ups and downs, and you're woo, and you're.
Yeah. You got to remember, like I was just saying, when I went through that era, there were so many great quarterbacks then. You had Terry Bradshaw, you had Bob Greasy, you had what's his name, Bart Starr. All these guys were better than the guys we had.
Yeah.
And then later, like in our era, thank God the Giants won 2 Super Bowls, in 7-11. But man, you're looking at quarterbacks like Brady. We beat him twice. Amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I really thought in 2011, I was like, there's...
The Manningham play was the play of the game again. Just like in 7. With,
no. There's always that one key play, without a doubt.
And
It was, yeah.
But you know what kept them in the game? Giant defense. In both games.
Hey, Danny, what's happening?
Who's that?
It's Danny C.
Korea?
Yeah. How you doing? Welcome to the show, Dan. We're going over just some Giant stuff, and we're going to get into...
Baseball.
Well, okay, so I got a little bit of baseball before you get... Because I know, Papa K, I know you have some topics you want to talk about right now.
Without a doubt.
But before we get started, I thought this was really cool, is that the Yanks, apparently they have a kids corner with activities for kids to conquer. And I guess it's like a website or something. I saw it tweeted out today.
What is it?
I guess it's just I didn't get a chance to look at it, but I thought that was a really cool thing right there. Is just to keep especially the younger fans that are just getting into baseball,
right?
Keeping them
aware.
Your fan base, like, hey.
Yeah,
we're here in some aspect,
especially with nothing going on.
With some aspect, we're still here, and we have these ideas that we're putting out or whatever. So there are things right now. Like I said, I did a little on one of my 15-minute breaks, just try to prepare for tonight's show a little bit.
Right.
We were a little busy today, so. But I got to see that. So
no
just
excuse.
things that just things to look up now and things that are interesting right now, to talk about a little bit, since there is no baseball happening right now.
All right,
there
let's
is
get
no
to my
hockey.
point. Why?
All right.
Nothing being said about the injuries to especially Aaron Judge. You guys remember, Yankee fans? 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, they set him, dormant, not to throw or whatever.
Yeah,
And this happened
with the rib injury.
Yeah, this happened, and now it's 4 or 5 weeks later. Not a word.
Well, I think
person with surgery, maybe, but then initially, let's see if he can heal.
Honestly, and my thoughts on this, Pops, is that okay, for starters, even if the coronavirus wasn't a thing right now and baseball was in the natural swing of things, when has anybody in the organization been honest about the injury of players? Not even just the honesty, but amount of information given. You just get like a little morsel of something to chew on, on whether or not Aaron Judge is going to get surgery on his rib or whatever.
Yankees. Come on.
But it doesn't matter. That it's across the board. Is you don't know.
Nah.
They don't tell you a lot. They don't want to give you a
Tell
lot.
you nothing.
So especially now, I don't think you're going to get anything because right now, whether you have the Yankees have a medical team or whatnot, right now with that injury, first off, so with Aaron Judge it was a fracture,
Something
a
with
stress fracture. I
stress
think
fracture. Yeah.
it was a stress fracture, and they didn't know whether or not they wanted to do surgery. They wanted to see if it would heal first. Well, now, guess what? Everybody, opening day never happened. It hasn't happened yet. So, they didn't know if they wanted to do surgery then. They wanted to see if it would heal before they put off opening day. Now opening day is put off.
Why so quiet?
Let's see if it heals. Because you know what? You don't want to put false information out there.
Why quiet about Stanton, who was hurt?
Yeah,
Why
because
quiet
once again,
about
you don't
Paxton?
You,
They know he was hurt, and now he was throwing already before this started. And he was
but what
supposed to come
merits throwing? Are you having a catch in the back just to get the
back. No, he
motions
was
down?
throwing. He was throwing.
Was he throwing 98
No,
mile an hour
no,
heaters?
no.
That's
Of
what
course
I
not. Of course
mean.
not.
Like you can't throw a vague thing out there. You have to say
But my point is, why is nobody saying a damn word about it? Not
because
a word.
maybe they don't have the information either right now.
Or they don't want to give it.
They don't want to give it. Maybe it's day by day. I think right now, with what's going on in the world, they're like, you know
You
what?
would think the Yes Network would say something. Yankees, Michael
Yeah.
K.
Everybody right now is going based off, and you said it yourself. A lot of these sports shows, it's guest not even appearances. It's
No.
interviews with
Old people.
whoever they can get a hold of.
Old
though.
stars, yeah.
You know, with former stars.
Yeah.
And at this point,
And they're all talking about the past, nothing about the future.
because obviously, and that should tell you something though. If that's what they're basing their show on right off the bat, that means that they don't have any information yet either.
Which is
because
ironic, though.
everybody's kind of taking this
Ironic,
day
though.
by day.
You figure these number one, like in my day, Francesa, he'd get information in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but this was, we're talking in a moment in time right now where it's not that moment in time as of right now.
Or they're just not allowing it. No press releases, nothing.
Maybe.
That's the only thing I can figure. Because, like I said, unless somebody else knows that something I don't know, I haven't heard a word since this coronavirus has stopped sports about Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Paxton, and at that time Sanchez was having a bad back. The catcher. Nothing.
No.
Not a damn word. How's Aaron Hicks doing? He wasn't supposed to come back till July anyway. He had a major surgery. Another guy can't stay in the field, by the way.
Well, yeah, but
Great
we knew,
player, but can't
we
stay
knew
in
that.
the
We knew
field.
that, though.
Yeah.
You're going to have players. Listen, it's going to happen with every team. You're going to have it on every team. We follow the Yankees more than any other team.
Yep.
You're going to have it on any team where it's like there's always.
Would you like to know, though, as a Yankee fan?
Would I love to know? Yes, but am I surprised? No,
I am.
no, not at all.
I am very
Listen,
surprised.
Dad. You know what I'm more surprised about?
Yeah.
That you're surprised because you follow the Yankees way longer than I have.
Yeah, but I always get information from their channel all the time.
But even then, and you knew it with the Kreider injury.
Yeah.
With his ankle, right?
Broke his ankle. Yeah.
Broke his ankle. But how long did it take before they told you anything?
2 days later.
2 days? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, he got hurt on Friday, and they played Philly again back to back.
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person
Yeah,
then right now.
no. And they said 4 to 6 weeks. And by that time, right now, he should be ready. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah, but then what was it confirmed? Was it? I thought 100% it was Kreider we were talking about. That once again they keep you in the dark, and I know that was your exact words.
No, because they didn't say nothing after he left the game. He left the game in the first period.
Yeah.
And it was at Philly. We lost that game. And then they came back and played Philly at home at Madison Square Garden Sunday. No Kreider. All of a sudden, what happened? Broken foot or broken ankle. I think it was broken foot.
No.
And they said automatically 4 to 6 weeks. And I said, it's going to be longer.
Of course, it's always longer than what they predict.
But right away, after 4 weeks, whatever, he was skating already.
Honestly, though, going back to what you were saying about baseball,
Yeah.
it doesn't surprise me at all that They're not giving, especially now. I think
it's about this thing going on.
I think maybe in the future, maybe in a week or so, maybe a little bit longer, maybe you'll see something because you're going to want to, it's a great thought though, is why aren't
Nothing.
other sports shows that have the resources, that have the phone numbers to get in touch with these players to say, hey, you want to chit-chat for an hour?
The reason I disagree, last year when Severino hurt, sore arm, remember? He was out pretty much the whole year. They kept tabs on him every other day.
How great a tab were you keeping on this guy?
Yeah.
That you were sitting there going, okay.
Why'd you let him pitch in September?
It's his pitching arm, right? It's his pitching arm.
Yeah.
The first thing, and we went over this so many times, especially when it comes to pitchers, is the second you come to mind, they're like, you want to get Tommy John surgery? No, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. You should just get it anyways.
He should have had it in September of last year. Because he only pitched 3 games, and he wasn't all that good. He only pitched 3 innings per game.
You know what you want to know what I think would be an interesting stat to look at?
Yeah.
Let's put a time frame on it. We're in 2020. From 2010 to 2020, what is the percentage of starting pitchers, and I'm just going to go starting pitchers, that needed Tommy John surgery?
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. I can't even give you the number.
I know, but
3 already this year.
That's an interesting percentage to look at, is out of all the starting pitchers from 2010 to 2020, how many of them needed Tommy John surgery?
I would say at least 20.
You think at least 20%?
Well, you had already this year.
Yeah.
Severino, Sale, and DeGrom.
Mm-hmm.
Not DeGrom. Syndergaard. Mm-hmm. All right. That's 3 already. Just like that. And the season hasn't even started yet.
I know. But just how, and my point being is in a decade, how often this surgery happens.
Well, they do it right
away. But that's the thing, is they don't, because they didn't right away with Severino. Point in case right there with how often this happens, which is often.
Yep. More
often than you. If you think about it, it's more often than you realize.
Yeah.
When it comes to this surgery.
Steven Strasburg, Washington National pitcher, right?
So
came up next year.
It's something that happens often. Like even better.
I think they rush it.
Well, they didn't with Severino.
No, but a lot of the pitchers now, they're coming in the league by 21, 22. Have Tommy John already. They're throwing 100 miles an hour in exhibition, right? And they're telling them to do solid. Yeah. They're telling them to do Tommy John surgery already. I mean, really? I never heard of it till Tommy John had it done in the 70s.
Oh, yeah. So they named it after, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean.
He got that title.
Like I said, is that the main point of this is that we waited way too long with Severino, when especially with how far medicine has come these days. That
I blame the doctors, really.
These tests should have been done sooner. Could have had him back sooner. Not that it matters right now, anyways. But still, the man needed surgery.
Yeah, but you're giving 21, 22-year-old guys the surgery right away.
Well, that's what it is.
Doesn't making them throw too hard in the minus.
It's not that. That's just what it is these days.
Yeah.
And this is something we've talked about in not just this episode, but multiple episodes of this show. We've come back to this conversation where we discussed your arm was never meant to do that.
I know.
So it's not surprising at all that they need to get this surgery.
How about in my opinion? I know they want these kids to throw a fastball. But teach them how to throw other pitches. That's not so stressful on their own.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, you know what? The fastball is the main pitch. You have to be able, if you can't control where a fastball's going, and now you're flicking your wrist and you're twisting your arm in ways that it wasn't meant to do.
Yeah, but the great pitchers, the White Guns of the world, what's his name? Sandy Koufax in my day, Nolan Ryan, they had other pitches. They threw hard. They threw 100 miles an hour.
I know, but
they had a drop curve.
A lot of these pitchers discovered pitches later on in their career. It wasn't that they can't. Listen to me. Let me finish.
Yeah.
It wasn't until later on in their career that they discovered a new pitch that helped with them after perfecting. Like, you don't just, I learned the fastball, let me learn the curveball now. I learned the curveball, let me learn the slider. I learned the slider, let me learn
to disagree with White Good right away.
Yeah, but I'm going to throw one right back at you. I'm going to throw one right back at you.
Yeah.
Mariano Rivera did not have a cut fastball his entire career. It was something he learned
That's not true.
This is 100% true.
Really? No.
It
I
was
watched
something
90
he did by accident in the outfield, throwing the ball around, that it was time to perfect a cutter. He
was throwing at 96.
I know, but think about where his career started. Not always as a closer, remember.
Setup man.
Setup man.
Yeah.
He didn't have, I'm telling you right now,
Oh, I saw him.
from the start of
Wetland was the
from the
closer.
start of his professional MLB career.
There was only 1 year.
The cut fastball was not in his arsenal. It was something he learned later in his career. Mike Messina did not have the knuckle curve in the start of his career. It was something
he didn't know everybody was on steroids.
You're getting away from my point, though, is that it was something he learned later on in his career.
Yeah,
it was because
great.
you know what? When you have a set amount of pitches that guys are having trouble hitting, right, and you're having success with them, there's no need to learn another pitch right away.
Right.
You got to perfect what you know how to do
Till they
right
hit that
now.
pitch.
And then once everyone's getting onto that, okay, maybe it's time to learn a new pitch. But regardless, all of it is still tremendous strain on your arm.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
Whether you're throwing, think about it. My fastball maybe hits 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And that's their changeup. And that strains
At best.
my arm.
Yeah.
And that's one of the
And
hardest.
which is a great pitch, the changeup.
But
which
that's
they
what I
should
mean
use
is they're
more of.
throwing an 88 mile an hour changeup.
Compared to 100
I
mile
can't
fastball.
even hit 88 miles an hour.
Chapman's throwing 103 miles an hour. Then he throws you a changeup at 90. 13
That's
miles
what
an hour
I
difference.
mean.
Yeah.
Some pitchers have a 90 mile an hour fastball, and his changeup's coming in at 90.
Yeah.
So I do agree with you. Okay, listen, I do agree with you in a sense that yes, these pitchers are throwing in a way that their arm is not meant to throw. That's every pitcher. Every pitcher.
So what they want.
It's what they want. They want.
You're not getting looked at when you're 18.
If you're not hitting triple digits,
or at least 95.
you gotta hit 95 and be accurate.
Yeah. If you're 18 and double A, single A.
But that's why 21, going back to what you said, 21, 22 years old. Can you believe that these kids are having these surgeries? Yes, because you know what? The pressure is on them. This is their goal. This is their dream.
But 40 years ago, they didn't do that.
And they sacrifice everything to get to this dream.
Yeah.
Well, 40 years ago, let's see, what are we in? So that would be 1980.
Yep.
When did Tommy John surgery occur?
About 77, 76.
So Tommy John surgery is still a new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but you're not going to see things right away because it's not like, oh, we figured this surgery out, let's do it to everybody. No, that's something you got to perfect
Again,
as well.
it's something new. Bob Feller threw 100 miles an hour in 1940. Never heard of this.
Listen, I'm going to put it out there too, and this is going to sound a little...
Different era, though.
It's a different era, it's a different level of... In a time in the world where,
They baby these guys.
Well, I mean, when you're making $28 million...
Yeah, which they weren't making, way back when.
You go 40 years back, what was the highest paid baseball player?
That time was already pretty high. But...
What was it then? Give me a number.
Oh.
Because I guarantee you it wasn't 28 mil.
Oh, hell no. No, Reggie Jackson, Catfish Hunter were the highest plays in the 70s.
And what are we looking at?
3.7 million.
3.7 million.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. And now...
Oh,
You're getting like $500,000 for sitting on the bench being a third string.
Not even. It's more than that now.
The point in case right there. Point proven.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
the money's everything.
It's now that more money to players, and rightfully so, with the players union and everything like that.
Yeah.
Is listen, you guys are making billions of dollars. We want a chunk of that. I get it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, all right, we're gonna give you $180 million. But we're going to protect our investment because you know what? You better be worth $180 million.
Why sign them then?
Why sign? Because you know what? Once again, the stats, what they do on the field.
Yeah, I know.
Because at the end of the day, you're still a fucking billionaire.
I'll give you a prime example. Matt Harvey on the Mets. Supposed to be the superstar of all time.
Yeah.
When he came up.
And it didn't turn out that way.
No. And,
he was the Dark Knight, right?
It was unbelievable. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Then he had that, what Judge was supposed to have, thoracic surgery. Never the same.
Yeah.
And DeGrom, I give him credit. The guy's been on. He's like what, 31 now? 2 Cy Youngs already. And he throws 95 to 100 all the time, with no problems. Scherzer.
We're gonna
Okay.
take a quick.
Okay, all right, go.
We'll take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Go.
All right, we're back.
And we are talking about baseball.
Baseball.
My God.
So, you were saying you wanted to get more into pitching, right?
Oh my God. In my days, no, before the Tommy John, I knew Tommy John happened in the 70s with Tommy John. You know, he got the nickname, but I mean, I saw guys throwing a ball like you wouldn't believe. Sandy Koufax in my day, in the mid 60s. 2 days rest. He won the game against Minnesota. Bob Gibson. Oh, you don't want to go near the play with that guy because they talk about chin music.
Yeah.
He throw at you. Now, different game. They'll warn you or whatever, Don Drysdale on the Dodgers in '63, same thing. Chin music all time.
But now here's a question I want to throw at you though, because we were talking Tommy John surgery and things like that, right?
Yeah.
And I had mentioned like I wonder what the percentages are over the last decade on how many starting pitchers, but I'll even go across the board, all pitching staff. Whether you're a long reliever, short reliever, whether you're a setup man, closer, starter. Like, I kind of wonder what the numbers are across the board for Tommy John surgery.
I don't know.
Now, you said this was something that you'll obviously see more relevant nowadays than you did in the past. But once again, my thought is with this, bounce back.
Go ahead.
But, we saw with concussions in football and things like that. Now, we're seeing, you see, like... Every sport that's why... The second there's an ache or a pain or something like that,
game has changed.
You immediately
Game has changed.
let's just time out. There's an ache or a pain. We got to find out how severe it is because to hopefully prevent
injury
in the future.
Look at football, right? If the referee thinks the guy should be sent in the tent, he stops the game.
So that's just going to like you said, like why you didn't see it in your day.
No.
You know what happened is that. People are throwing harder and harder and harder, and they're like you said, this guy's got a 90-mile-an-hour changeup that your arm wasn't meant to do what it did 40 years ago, let alone what it's doing today. That's probably why you see it more prevalent
but
today.
they were still throwing hard, but it wasn't aware. People are aware now. How many guys died from concussion? Let's say in football alone.
Mm-hmm.
Now in hockey. Concussions, guys getting slammed into the boards.
But that's why I'm getting...
And kept playing.
That's what I'm getting at is, and kept playing and what it did to them. So when you were saying before we went on this last break...
Yeah.
Like, you didn't see this in your time because this
wasn't there.
This information wasn't known yet.
No, there were no rules.
Because, well, at that point, even a player would sit there. You didn't know what 100% what was going on.
You'd come right back.
You wanted to play.
Yeah.
And
right
you
back.
didn't know it was going to be terrible for your health.
No, because they weren't made aware of it till
Yes.
guys started dying.
Yes.
The guys that retired. There was
God,
great
check
players.
that movie out with Will Smith, though. That one about CTE. I forgot what it was called, though.
Anyway, but still, the guys were
But
dying.
that's me
And
going back.
maybe if they had rules like that, these guys might still be alive.
100%. And that's why I'm saying to what you were saying earlier, 40 years ago you didn't see this. 40 years ago that was happening. We just didn't know 100%.
And they were still running as hard as ever, right?
Didn't know 100% what it was. And God only knows what they were going through running hard as ever.
Especially in football.
You know?
A guy like Walter Payton, in my day, great runner. Barry Sanders, O.J.
Yeah.
One of the greatest runners I ever saw.
But see, these
Unfortunately, what happened to him, but...
These were things that there wasn't a lot of research on it then.
None.
And that's why now,
None.
when you see players, if there's an inkling of anything wrong with them,
right away.
That's why you see it, because now we have more information and more research and more knowledge about these injuries.
Yeah, they want these guys to be safe.
Yes.
And sometimes the players don't even want to go into the tent. They say, I'm all right, but they're not. They have to figure out.
That's because their drive is get on the field and do the best you possibly
That's
can.
how they've been trained forever.
Yes.
Since their younger days, college, whatever.
They're not thinking about.
They're taught to hit.
Well.
And hit is hard. That's why defense.
And that's how they're groomed.
I wouldn't want to be a defensive
So it
player.
definitely does take somebody else to go. that's not a player.
How could you stop in the middle of a play and not hit the guy hard? Right?
Yeah.
When the guy's coming, receivers
Well, you
coming
even
at
see him now when they're hitting the quarterback. They're trying to like cradle him as they're bringing him down.
Days ago, in 2007, we saw what they did to Brady.
Yeah.
They rocked him. That might have been the change of the game.
Yeah.
Because they probably would have been penalized for roughing the quarterback.
Like just seeing, and I guarantee you, and we all know this I'm not going to say it as fact, but just where things are going is it's going to be more so to protect the player
Every time. That's like 10 years already now.
And then we're going to do some dumb shit like add an extra game to the season.
Money.
I know. Once again, I know I'm getting back into the hypocrisy
Owners
of it.
don't care. They want money, and the players say, "Oh my God, I'm going to get an extra, couple million." Yes, I'll agree with the extra game and the extra playoff. And by the way, what you just said, in 2 years or 3 years, there'll be 18 games.
Yeah.
And only 2 preseason. That's it. Because nobody watches preseason most of the time. No, nobody cares. They don't even sponsor it.
I like preseason.
I know, but they don't sponsor it.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Now, it used to be 6 games. Now it's 4. It's going to be eventually 2.
Yeah.
Because they want to see on Sunday the NFL is making millions and millions of dollars.
No, it's kind of like, you it's like they can't figure it out, though. It's like, listen, we want an intense game, but we don't want anybody to get hurt. But we want to make a lot of money.
Isn't that a fallacy, though?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. You want them to play, but you want them to get hurt.
Me, like, it goes in my head, and I'm like...
Every time a guy, a football player, let's say, or even a hockey player, or whatever, gets on the field, they're going to get hurt sooner or later.
But we were talking, and you brought this up, and it was going to be one of the last... It was one of the last things I had jotted down.
Go ahead.
It was that there's not much talk about hockey, the Rangers in general right now.
Nothing.
They've remained silent lately.
Nothing.
And we have no idea how these guys are doing. Like you said, you brought up Judge, Severino, Paxton, Syndergaard, Sale. And then in hockey,
Nothing.
It's the same across the board, though. You don't hear anything.
No, rumors were in hockey not too long ago that if they didn't finish the season, which is about 11 games per team, they were at 70 games, 71 most of them, that they were going to go to 4 more teams going to playoffs in each conference. So that would include the Rangers right now. But I got a funny feeling they're going to play that out because it's indoor.
Oh, yeah, no.
11 games might take, that. 2.5 weeks?
I want to see that. I mean, like I said in the past. Like,
and they'll probably rush it right away.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. If there's 11 games, usually, let's say there's 3 games, maybe 4 games a week. They'll do that in 2 weeks.
But I honestly, here's my thought on that, though, is you don't want to rush it too fast because you got to let these players get back on the ice and get back in the groove.
You think they care?
I'm not saying I don't know if they care or not. I'm not gonna make the assumption on either.
They're not gonna go to.
But I'm thinking logically on this one is do you think that that's the right idea?
I would play out the season
right away. The second we're allowed back, everybody get on the ice. Let's go.
Right. Yeah. Go.
See, I at least think that, you know what, we've waited this long, you can wait a week or 2 longer for these players to get back on the ice, because then right then and there.
All right, maybe give them a week. Maybe a week. But they're not going to wait much longer.
I would give them 2. I'd give them 2.
I doubt it. Because
and I'm not, and granted, listen, these guys, they might be, they're working out, I'm sure. I'm sure they're trying to keep a physical peak.
They already played 70 games.
But at this time, okay, so... Let me put it in this whole picture for you right here.
Yeah.
All right. So you're saying that they played 70 games.
Most of them, yeah.
That with what are we on now? Like 5 weeks off?
About 4.
4 weeks off. So 4 weeks, you haven't stepped on the ice. All right.
They though? No. Maybe they're playing something.
No. They're not. No, you're not. I don't even think they're allowed.
No rink?
I don't think they're even allowed in the rink right now. I had seen something about 2 weeks ago. Like you're not. If you have an in-house like gym or whatever, like that's
it?
you throw in the backyard.
So they're not skating. Wow.
I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I don't know 100%, but I'm just kind of thinking from my thoughts on this is, okay, so you played 70 games, 4 weeks away from playing an actual game against an opposing team. Now, think about it, and I'm going to use baseball in this regard here, is you get a 2-hour rain delay and your starting pitcher is taken out of the game.
Yeah.
You put them back in, and we've seen it. They're never the same when they come back in after a 2-hour rain.
It never happens anymore.
But that's just 2 hours. They know he's not going to be the same coming back in. Now, put 4 weeks on that. And you think 4 weeks off, and that's just right now.
No, I agree with you.
That's not when it's going to start up again. Let's say it starts up again another month from now. Now you're talking 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Now you're talking potential 10 weeks, 12 weeks.
If it happens. If this is
if it happens, and then do you still want to look at me and say and honestly say, yeah, throw him right back on the ice.
At least a week I give him to practice. But again, this is all hypothetical because we don't even know if they're going to start.
We don't know, but like we're just talking like if it does happen, and that they do play, we're talking our thoughts here. Yeah. We don't know what's going to happen. No. But I'm kind of like, I'm just bouncing off of you right now because I'm curious as to how, like, do you really feel like that is the safest bet right there?
As crazy as the hockey players are, I would say 1 week.
You'd say 1 week?
They'll come right back. Yeah.
I think even hockey players...
They'll skate for a couple of days.
I think waiting 2 more weeks...
Too long.
Isn't going to hurt anybody.
I don't think it's going
to hurt anybody.
But I said I don't think they'll agree. No. NHL, right away, I'm telling you, 1 week at best. Getting their legs back, and they'll skate, practice for a week, right back to the season.
And that right there, though, to me, though, is that's that added amount of pressure. And this is...
They're professionals.
They're people.
They are people, but they're pros.
They're people.
They'll get around it.
They'll get around it or they'll get hurt. And then we'll wonder why they got hurt.
I don't think...
I know why
I don't think baseball gives a damn. Or hockey. They just want to get these guys back on the ice or on the field, and there's 50,000 or 18,000 watching them because it's all about the almighty dollar, like you just said.
I know.
With your fingers, yeah.
And it just drives me nuts, though, because at the end of the day, are you even really concerned about these players' health? No, you're concerned about... I'm not saying you.
Concerned, no.
But no,
I want to see them healthy, but I want to see
the game.
I want to see them play.
You want to see the game.
I don't want to see Judge going there with a fractured rib or whatever. I don't want to see Stanton with a calf injury.
And listen, I don't mean to attack right now.
No. I get it. But these guys, if you're healthy by then, you got to play the game. You're pros.
No, without a doubt, play the game. But like you got to have more than a week, Dad.
In hockey, no.
I mean, even when people go to the gym, you work your legs one day, you take a day off.
We'll talk about this when it eventually happens. I guarantee you, it won't be more than a week.
Yeah, but
it's been so long.
It won't be because of concern for the players and what their physical status is.
No,
it'll be because
they want to get the season going.
They want to get the season
going,
especially
in baseball,
and they want to get butts in the stands,
but out
in
of
the
that,
seats.
You know how much money they're losing? Yankee Stadium, 46,000. Let's say every game. How much money?
Now, do you think it's right?
Is it right? No.
Okay.
No. But what I think doesn't matter because the owners think about one thing. Again, back to the dollar.
Yeah. Protect. But then once again, the hypocrisy is you protect your investment, but but then again,
let's get them on the field.
We'll just see. We'll just see there because we're going back and forth here.
Yeah, I know.
Will they put him back on the field? Will they put him back on the ice? I think there needs to be...
Don't you agree that in the past, they don't give a damn about them?
Well, they make it sound like they do.
They want to get him on the field.
They make it sound like they do. But like we talked about, all this in behind closed doors shit.
Yeah. But, last year, Stanton played, 13 games? You guys making $30 million or whatever. We want to see him on the field. What the hell is a 6'7", whatever he is, can't play more than 13 games? That bothers me.
Because he got a back injury.
Whatever it was, I played with a broken...
Wait, who are you talking about? Stanton?
Stanton, yeah.
Oh, no, I thought... because we went from Paxton to Stanton.
Oh no,
Sorry.
Paxton was legit. He's a pitcher, you know.
No. I'm sorry.
He'd probably
I
come back
apologize.
faster than the other guy.
But calf injury.
You want these guys to be on the field. A guy like Judge, he's the face of the Yankees, right? You admit that?
Yes,
Without a doubt, right?
100%.
He's missed 130 games in 2 years now. You know, with the he got hit in the wrist with the fastball, broke his thumb, and last year with the oblique, he's missed at least 130 games.
Yeah, but these are things that happen because you see he's putting everything.
But he's the star. He's the
I know.
face.
And you don't think that when you're the face of a team.
But I'm telling you, Jeter missed 1 year, 3 months, 20 years. 20 years. He got hurt sliding into third. I never forget the play.
But you can name Jeter. How many other players can you name that were like that?
Gardner.
Gardner.
He's there 14, 15 years.
Okay,
Maybe he's
now-
missed a couple of,
Now we got two. We got two now, people. So you got two.
Well, I'm talking about the team I follow.
I know. I'm just talking about the teams in general.
Yeah.
I'm like I said, I'm putting the players across the board now.
Yeah.
Is injury based that only missed in their entire career, like a month, like you said.
Well, probably more than a month, like 14
I know
years.
Gardner missed more than a month at some
Yeah,
point.
he's there 14 years already.
But
yeah.
that's the point that I'm making, is that it just goes to show that these fluky things happen whether you're a professional or
He's
not.
durable. The guy runs like you saw him. He runs like a maniac.
Yeah. You know
He
why?
plays the
Because they
outfield like a
push
maniac.
themselves to the limit
And
every
he
game.
never gets hurt. Very rare.
Push themselves to the limit every game.
Didn't Jeter push himself to the limit?
I'm not saying he didn't, but what I'm saying is by pushing yourself to the limit, at some point, like not everybody's the same one.
Obviously. That's why some guys stay on the field and some don't.
But once again,
some guys are wimps.
but you're calling a large quantity of players wimps.
Oh, without a doubt. Aaron Hicks. To me.
But we're
I
not
love
just
him.
talking Yankees now across the board. That's why
I
I'm
can
telling
name
you.
you a bunch of them.
But here's the thing, though, Dad. Here's the thing.
Oh.
Before you go further and just bury yourself deeper, because now I'm coming for the jugular. Now, all right. Before you go any further,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you this one moment right here. Is that here it is? You named two players.
I can name you 100.
No. Let me finish. You named one player really, because we know Gardner had a few injuries in the past where he
Not
was
much.
where he was out.
Yeah.
But you named one player in his 20-year career
Yeah.
that was out for a month.
No, it was more than that.
It was more than that,
At least 3 to 4.
3 to 4 in his entire career.
That I remember.
It's one guy out of every baseball player right there.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure there are a few more that have went their entire career with minimal injuries. My point being is that's good effing luck right there.
Hey, it happens.
Because it happens very rarely is my point. It's very rare that happens. So if you want to still sit there,
Why does it happen? Because they're so durable.
very rare. And I'm going to point it out again. So then you're telling me that like 95% of the other players are wimps?
No, I think they're babied.
Now, I think all players in a degree are a little bit babied, but at the same time, what you were saying is that the durability, like one thing I always kind of said was never judge another man's job until you've done that job yourself.
Okay.
All right, fair?
Fair.
You know, you haven't had to hit 100. I haven't. You haven't had to hit 100 mile an hour.
We're not
Never been
professionals.
hit
Never
by a 100 mile an hour fastball.
We're not professionals. No.
Never been hit in the wrist by a fastball.
Right. But we do what we do. They do what they do. They're used to that.
Mm-hmm. But even when we get hurt, you're out from work until you're cleared to go back.
Not too often.
But listen, until you're cleared to go back, right? Right?
No.
Because now you have to have
Not my day.
No, well, not in your day, but Dad, it's not your. It's a new day.
I know.
It's a new day
Yeah,
where
yeah,
now you need
yeah.
a doctor's note to come back. Like if I get hurt right now,
Yeah.
I need a doctor's note that's telling my job he is fit to come back at full strength to go back to work.
Yeah.
I can't come back to work until I get that note.
True.
I can't get that note until I'm
Again,
full strength.
times have changed. That was the case, 35 years ago.
Because we learned.
When I was there.
Because 35 years ago, we didn't have the medicine that we have now. We didn't have the surgeries we have now.
No.
And so now, before we let the problem get worse...
We had tougher people, though.
It had to be, because you didn't have the shit we have now. Now we have the shit that we have now. Think about it. Going back 40 years ago, what was the lifespan? Well, what was the life expectancy?
I have no idea.
Guarantee you it wasn't what it is now.
No, obviously now, because of, the way medicines go.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to make a point.
Getting back to the pitchers, like guys, like Scherzer. 32 starts every year, forever. Nolan Ryan, forever. What's the guy? Verlander on Houston, every year. It's up to that guy. They are so, strong and durable. They don't get hurt.
But that's the thing, is that those are still rare guys. Because we go back 40 years, you would only name those guys. You can only name those guys. Right?
Right now, yeah.
You couldn't name...
I could probably name more, but they were a wave too far back, They didn't get...
That's true. I just put you on the spot there. That's right.
They didn't sit down.
No. Because the pressure was on them, though. And they had to go out there.
Guidry in the 70s, give me the ball. No matter what. Never missed a game. Kept his 34 starts every year. He was like 5'11", 100 and maybe 40 pounds, and he had one of the best fastballs and curves ever.
Listen, I know how much...
It's up to the player, man.
I understand that
I don't care what you want to say. I think they baby these players too much.
I think, to a degree... I agree with you in some sense.
Yeah.
But at the same regard, it's... And I agree with you because...
I can't say what I think they are on the end.
No. And I'd leave it at that. I wouldn't even go any further.
I won't. Because I've seen, players that are so tough, and I've seen these guys that are making a fortune and doing nothing, to get back on the field. Sitting there smiling in the dugout breaks my heart. By the way, I'm cursing my ass off when I see this.
You cursed.
Yeah, sorry. It bothers me.
I got him.
It bothers me to know that, guys are hurt, making like a fortune, and they're smiling in the dugout. No. Get your ass out there. Help your team. Stop being a wuss.
I don't know, Pops.
I don't know.
I think
they
right there,
the rules.
It's confrontational where you're going with it.
Yeah.
It's also very much debatable.
Yeah, because they follow the rules of the doctors. Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You have to, because here's the thing.
And you overrule the doctors and say, I'm ready. I want to play.
Here's the thing. Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
And then they go out there before they're ready. And then instead of a pull, it becomes a tear.
Get rid of him.
A tear. Wow. I thought I was cutthroat tonight.
Get rid of him.
I thought I was cutthroat tonight.
Why do we need you?
Papa Kid. Because there's talent there. You just beat that talent to death.
Yeah, but you're not on the field. Get rid of him.
Yeah. I don't
See you later.
I disagree.
Yeah. Who wants you? Nobody.
I disagree.
You're on the contract? Get out.
You just add extra pressure onto these kids to do things.
I'm not talking about the kids, not the new guys. I'm talking about these pros that have been around. Most kids don't make a lot of money till they're in their, I'll say their 5th, 6th year. Like the ground.
Okay, but so most kids start though, so their 5th or 6th year, they're 27 years old.
Because with the baseball rules, they're still on the contract with that team. They can't go free agency till they're like 28.
Okay, but no. But so to 27 years old.
Yeah.
I know you're 27
and you're
years
at the
old.
peak.
You're a man, right?
You should be at the peak of your career.
You're at the peak of your career. But then as you go the other way and your body starts going the other way, and then injuries happen.
And you could get screwed. You might have helped this team for 4 years.
And then you're sitting there wishing, God, I wish somebody would have protected my body more than I did.
Not even that. You come up at 23, right? And you're like a Syndergaard right now. Mm-hmm. Or DeGrom, right? DeGrom got his contract. They gave him $137 million. The Mets still owned him for 2 years. They didn't have to give him a dime. Other than arbitration. Which arbitration gives them, he got like $8.7 million per year. And Syndergaard, the same thing. But years ago, that wasn't happening. Now you have to wait 5-6 years. You're almost 28. You're in the prime of your career, and you have not got signed yet for your money, your major money in this day and age. Mickey Mantle was in his prime when he was 28, 27. He wasn't making major money till he won the Triple Crown. And now you got to wait forever.
You got to prove yourself, right?
But a guy like Syndergaard of the Ground did already, and they didn't want to resign him. And finally, they said no. The Yankees would have took him in a heartbeat.
Oh,
in a
fuck
heartbeat.
yeah!
And he would have got a lot more money.
Excuse my language, but yeah.
In a heartbeat, he would have got more than $137 million. Than what the Mets gave him. He probably would have made like $300 million.
I'd give up some players for DeGrom, no doubt.
Not even that. Just sign him as a free agent. You know,
I'm just saying, that's how far I'd go to get DeGrom.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. But I told you 100 times. He made DeGrom and Syndergaard. We're going to World Series forever. With that hitting team, and DeGrom the Mets were averaging a run and a half when he won the Cy Young Award.
Yeah.
A run and a half. Can you imagine the Yankees who average 5-point-something runs a game? He would have won 25 games.
Yeah,
and he probably won the World Series. He would have been the Garrett Cole, which,
Well, hopefully hopefully Garrett Cole is that.
I think DeGrom is better.
But
my opinion.
No, I am a big fan of DeGrom.
He's
I'm also a big fan of Syndergaard too. I think
DeGrom is better, but
no, I'm not doing a whole who's better thing.
No.
I'm just saying of who I'm a fan of as a pitcher.
Yeah.
You know me. I love pitching. Pitching is one of my favorite parts of baseball.
Yeah.
Like everybody else, not everybody else, but a lot. I know for you, you could see home run after home run, and the score be 12-10, and then that was a game. Like me, it could be 1-0, a pitching duel,
Speaking
and
of
I'm
which,
loving it.
DeGrom's first game against the Yankees, right? Many years ago. At, I don't know if it was Shea or whatever, it's MetLife.
Yeah.
1 run he gives up. He loses. 7 innings, 1 run. The Yankees beat him. And the guy's throwing like unbelievable. That's what I saw. That's the first time I really saw him. I said, oh my God, this guy's great.
Huh?
And he showed it every year since. And durable.
We'll say it again on this show. Right? DeGrom. 2 years in a row, Cy Young winner.
Yeah, with not a great record.
Well, not a great.
But the best ERA
stats,
on the planet.
Yeah. Stats were phenomenal.
Yeah. ERA at 1.7. Who does that in this day and age? 1.7. With the
You see, like closers do that.
Yeah.
You don't see starting pitchers do that.
with the ball flying out. The whatever they call it now. Juice ball.
No.
And he's 1.7. That's
Yeah.
unbelievable. That was like what's the name? Koufax, I think, or whatever, had a 1.32 ERA
Yeah.
as a starter. He won 27 games or something like that. Imagine that.
I can't. I don't think I've ever seen a 27-game win season.
Oh yeah.
For a starting pitcher.
What's his name?
Well, for me, in like my time of, I know I got away from sports for about 2 years just to kind of get my shit back together because I was kind of losing my mind.
Well, Denny McClain was the last 30-game winner.
Yeah.
In 19.
See, that to me is amazing because, like,
68.
if you win 18 to 20 games, I'm like, that was a great season.
You're a millionaire.
That's a great season.
Multi-millionaire.
To win 27 games, to win 30 games pitching. How many games do you pitch in this? 32?
34 maybe.
32,
Most,
32?
yeah.
So, yeah.
If you're healthy.
So you're winning like 90%, 90-something% of your games.
Ron Guidry was 26-4 in the year the Yankees won the World Series.
It's phenomenal.
26-4 with an ERA of like 1.8. Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah. Sandy Koufax pitched 3 games in the World Series. That's unheard of. First, fourth, and last game. Struck out 15 Yankees. 1963. The only guy that hit him was Mickey Mantle. Yeah, hit a home run against him. That's it. 4 straight they lost. They had the best pitching staff on the planet.
All right. So,
yes.
we're approaching the
End.
the 2-hour marker right now.
Go ahead.
Is
What's the
anything else you want to cover
final?
before we say goodbye to everybody?
I just can't wait till this is over.
Yeah, no.
I don't even know what to cover, Matt, because
that's okay. No, I just wanted to make sure
I get
that
it.
before we
I
end the
get it.
stream,
I get it.
because you know what happens and viewers, there'll be moments where we end the stream and then we check back to make sure that the video and the audio worked out, and then we'll hear something in this stream and go, oh, and it'll bring up a thought that we had. So like, before we get to that, like if there's anything off the top of your head,
no.
Because I got nothing else now as of right now.
As far as what we talked about, those, I don't mean to criticize our players. They're professionals, and if they hurt, yes,
you're just a diehard fan. There's nothing wrong with that.
Don't play, but if you think it's really minor, get on the damn field, and please try to root your team on and help them win. I don't care what it is, baseball, hockey. And I think the hockey players, to me, are the toughest guys on the planet.
I think so, too.
I mean, I've seen guys
I put them right up there. Like, for me, like...
teeth knocked out, right?
Like, hockey and football, like, these are some of the toughest people on
they
the
get
planet.
hit at 30 miles an hour on skates. And they get rocked into the boards.
Although, you know what, though? I do want to put this up there.
Yeah.
I want to put this up there big time, actually.
Go ahead.
I don't understand the sport that much. I don't know all the rules just yet. But I have seen it a few times on TV. Rugby players,
oh my God,
they're up there. They're way up there.
They have no equipment.
No, they got like.
They wear shorts and a jersey, right? From what I saw.
I don't even know if they wear a helmet anymore.
Not that I saw.
I think they have just some kind of leather piece.
Yeah, and
I don't even know.
They're just killing each other.
And I watched. I had caught some on my lunch break of these guys running into one another and hard.
Imagine getting hit in the head, right?
And there's no you know how in football you hear the clinking of the pads?
Yeah.
I'm hearing clinkings of their bones, and I'm like,
yeah, no, they're tough.
Oh, so yeah,
England, Scotland, whatever.
Oh
I
man,
know it's
that's another sport right there. That
oh my God,
I tip my hat.
By the way, they don't have damn rules there about concussions, right? Otherwise, they'd have equipment.
Oh, jeez.
In this country,
we're just talking toughest players in sports.
Oh my God,
they're up there. They are up there.
But again, they should have more support.
We should do a skit, just top 10 tough, in our opinion, top 10 toughest sports to be a part of.
Well, I don't follow rugby, so
I know, but just we could do some research. We could take some time to go about this and do our own opinion on it.
Soccer.
Oh yeah,
not that tough, but durable.
No, but if somebody kicked me in the shin trying to get the ball away from me,
think about it. 120 yards.
I think my leg would have. Oh my God, yeah.
Without getting a break. I mean, they get timeouts, but most of the time they're on the field.
Your endurance and stamina.
I'm sure they're not smokers or drug addicts or drinkers or whatever. They're in great shape, and they make great money too, by the way. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got to say.
All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, to all our viewers, thank you so much for all the support that you have given us as we have started the Pop.
I can't wait for the sports to come back.
Papa K over here is losing his mind, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there together. As always, stay safe.
Yeah.
Keep practicing social distancing. If you don't have to go out, don't go out. Yeah. Maybe go out in your front yard, your backyard, play catch with the dog.
That's what I do. I walk the dogs.
Yeah.
5 times a day, by the way.
But if you just be safe. Wash your hands. You guys already heard it 1,000 times, but we just
repetition.
Keep repetition, keep reminding, and we're gonna get through this all together. And let me tell you something. When we get through this, Papa K and I, we're gonna celebrate like you won't believe on this channel.
And hopefully you guys will too.
And we hope to see you here. We hope you continue to enjoy the content that we're providing. Don't forget, if you are enjoying the show and you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. Let us know that you're enjoying yourselves, and hop in the next time. Lately, we've been doing this a lot live, so you can chit chat with us.
Yeah.
So we hope you have a fantastic evening or a fantastic day wherever you're from. Have a wonderful, wonderful time, and be safe. And we'll catch you next time.
Later.
Take it easy.